Something massive is unfolding in twin flame connections during these final days of May, and for many people, it's becoming impossible to ignore. You try to focus on your day, and suddenly they're in your mind again. You feel emotional waves that make no logical sense, and even the silence between you no longer feels empty. It feels intense, magnetic, almost alive. If this has been happening to you lately, you are not imagining it. Something is changing inside this connection. You'll also discover what most people completely misunderstand about this stage, and why reacting the wrong way here can actually block the transformation trying to happen. So stay with me until the end, because I'm going to guide you through a powerful step-by-step process to help you work with this energy the right way. That's why this video matters. These are simple but deeply transformative practices that can help you feel grounded again, understand what your soul is trying to show you, strengthen the energetic connection naturally, and move through this phase with far more clarity and peace. Most people never learn how to do this, and that's exactly why they stay trapped in cycles of confusion, obsession, separation, and emotional exhaustion. So if you've been feeling this shift too, this message may be arriving at exactly the right moment. Before we begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because what's unfolding in twin flame connections right now is only the beginning. Mercury, the planet of communication and thought, strengthens the mental connection between twin flames. During this influence, both individuals may think of each other constantly, relive shared memories, or feel each other's energy from a distance. Mercury can also bring unexpected messages, chance encounters, or sudden insights that create clarity. But at the same time, it can become mentally overwhelming. Thoughts may loop repeatedly, creating an internal dialogue that feels constant and difficult to stop. This is where confusion begins, because emotions and logic start to clash. Grounding becomes essential during this phase. Instead of reacting to every thought or emotional spike, practices like journaling, meditation, and solitude help restore clarity. Communication can help too, but forcing it or constantly seeking reassurance only creates imbalance. The key is emotional steadiness without overthinking the connection. Venus brings emotional awakening and the reactivation of love. Old memories return, and feelings that were buried begin to rise again. The desire for closeness and emotional connection becomes stronger, but it can feel both beautiful and painful at the same time. Venus also reopens emotional wounds around rejection, separation, and unmet love. This energy reveals how much love still exists, but also asks whether that love can be expressed in a healthy way. Nostalgia, longing, and emotional intensity increase, but there are also pitfalls: overinterpreting signs, romanticizing the past, emotional spirals during silence, and confusing longing with true alignment. This is not a time for impulsive action, but for reflection. Venus shifts the focus from emotional reaction to emotional understanding. Clarity comes from consistency, not intensity. The lesson is to ground love in reality instead of chasing emotional highs. Neptune deepens intuition and the spiritual layer of the connection. Dreams become more vivid, synchronicities feel meaningful, and the bond can seem almost telepathic. There may be a sense of emotional presence across distance, as if boundaries begin to dissolve. But Neptune also brings illusion. Intuition and projection can become difficult to separate, which is why both individuals must remain spiritually open while staying grounded in reality. For the man, this often means staying emotionally present instead of escaping into silence or fantasy. Actions and honesty matter more than assumptions. For the woman, it means maintaining emotional boundaries, feeling deeply without losing herself in confusion. Together, this energy can bring healing and understanding, but only if communication stays clear and reality is not replaced by imagination. Neptune's lesson is to remain conscious within the magic, not lost in it. Uranus brings sudden change and awakening. What once felt stuck can suddenly shift through conversations, realizations, dreams, or unexpected contact. The energy feels electric and unpredictable, as if something hidden suddenly breaks open. For the man, this energy can trigger emotional awakening and force him to confront feelings he once avoided. For the woman, it brings independence and sudden clarity, helping her release attachment to expectations or timelines. Together, this energy breaks stagnation and pushes both individuals toward truth and authenticity, even when it feels unstable. Its rawness is ultimately liberating. The purpose of Uranus is to break outdated emotional patterns so the connection can evolve in a more honest and authentic way. The lesson is to stay open to change instead of resisting it. Pluto works at the deepest level of transformation. It exposes fears, attachment wounds, emotional defenses, and control patterns hidden beneath the surface. Nothing remains hidden under Pluto's influence. Old pain and protective mechanisms rise so they can finally be faced directly. For the man, this often means confronting vulnerability and learning that real connection requires openness. For the woman, it brings deep healing around fear, attachment, and emotional intensity. Together, Pluto is not about destruction, but purification. It removes everything built on fear, illusion, or avoidance. Although intense, its purpose is renewal. What remains afterward is something more honest, grounded, and real. Each of these planetary influences, Mercury, Venus, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, represents a different layer of emotional, mental, and spiritual experience within twin flame dynamics. From communication to love, from illusion to awakening, and finally transformation, this journey becomes a progression from thought to emotional depth, to complete in a rebirth. I'm in a phase now where the silence between us isn't just silence. Astrologically, we're moving through a transition at the end of May where mental and emotional processes start drifting apart, and I can clearly feel that in how this situation unfolds. The Sun in Gemini shifts everything into the mind rather than the heart. In my twin relationship, this creates distance, reflection, and emotions that are thought rather than spoken. It becomes more about understanding than connecting. That's why there's no intense contact right now, and why everything feels internal rather than shared. Saturn in Pisces also plays a strong role. It creates a tension between feeling something deeply and not being able to define or express it clearly. That naturally brings distance, not from indifference, but from the need for emotional protection and space to breathe. And Pluto in Aquarius changes the tone completely. Nothing meaningful ever really disappears under its influence. What has touched you deeply continues to echo, even in silence. It remains present, just on a different frequency. When I look at the dynamic between us astrologically, there is still a strong energetic connection. This isn't something that fades just because there is distance or silence. There is a kind of magnetic thread between us, not necessarily expressed in words or action, but felt on an internal level. Even without contact, there is still awareness, thinking of each other, and an energetic imprint that doesn't simply disappear. For me, this means I'm consciously stepping back and trying to let go, not because it didn't matter, but because I need to return to my own sense of stability and peace. Saturn asks for boundaries and grounding, while Pluto makes it impossible to fully switch off what was felt. She is moving through her own astrological process as well, but in a different way. For her, Saturn in Pisces is also very active, but it shows up more as emotional withdrawal. When things feel unclear or overwhelming, she tends to step back to protect her inner world and regain emotional clarity. It's not detachment from lack of feeling, it's self-protection from emotional confusion. At the same time, Pluto in Aquarius also touches her experience of this connection. It's why even in distance, something of it doesn't fully fade for her either. There can still be a sense of emotional awareness or inner recognition of what this connection means, even without expression. Neptune in Pisces also adds another layer to her experience: sensitivity, emotional blending, and idealization. This can make the connection feel hard to define, but still deeply felt. So yes, astrologically speaking, there is still a strong energetic link between us. But it's not a stable or fully expressed connection right now. It's something that exists beneath the surface, in awareness, memory, and emotional resonance rather than inaction. Together, this doesn't feel like an ending, but like a reality check. What was real doesn't disappear. The attraction, the awareness, and the mental presence of each other still remain, just beneath the surface. And when I look ahead, this period is neither a beginning nor a closure. It is a space of distance, insight, and transformation deep into our own souls. Like me, if you are going through a twin flame or deep soul connection, here is a steps plan you can use to implement everything that is happening this week. The most important thing is not the label, but your clarity. Step 1. Mercury, being aware of your thoughts. Mercury strengthens the mental connection. Thoughts about your twin flame can come up repeatedly, almost like an ongoing inner conversation. Write down the thoughts that stand out each day and divide them into 2 columns, facts versus interpretations. Ask yourself each time, does this thought help me, or does it hold me back? This way, you stay clear and avoid getting stuck in overthinking. Step 2. Venus, opening the heart. Venus activates feelings and brings up old memories. Allow yourself to feel emotions without drowning in them. Write down what arises and ask yourself, is this love, longing, or unresolved pain? Strengthen your self-love by reflecting on what you need to feel loved, independently of the other person. Creative exercises, journaling, or music can help your heart flow and release emotions. Step 3. Neptune, intuition and awareness. Neptune deepens spiritual sensitivity. You may feel each other across distance, dreams become more vivid, and synchronicities stand out. Note these experiences but avoid drawing immediate conclusions. Meditate for 5 to 10 minutes daily and practice feeling without storytelling. Intuition feels calm and clear, while obsession feels restless and confusing. Step 4. Uranus, change and breakthroughs. Uranus brings sudden shifts. Old patterns like waiting for contact, seeking control, or clinging to uncertainty may become apparent. Consciously choose one pattern to release or break. Be open to unexpected insights without forcing immediate action. Freedom and clarity emerge when control is released. Step 5. Pluto, deep transformation. Pluto works beneath the surface, touching fear, attachment wounds, control, and emotional protection. Write down what you are afraid to release and which patterns you want to transform. Practice small forms of letting go, not reacting, giving space, and conscious breathing. Everything that is not authentic slowly falls away, making room for something pure and real. Integration. Review the whole process weekly. What am I thinking? Mercury. What am I feeling? Venus. What is real versus interpretation? Neptune. Which patterns am I breaking? Uranus. And what can I release? Pluto. Following this steps plan regularly helps you navigate your thoughts, emotions, and energies consciously. You remain grounded, emotionally strong, and free while experiencing inner growth regardless of the outcome of the relationship. It is a process of self-reflection, healing, and transformation, supporting you in finding balance and clarity in every deep connection you experience. Thank you so much for listening. I truly hope this helped you bring more clarity, awareness, and grounding into your journey. Remember, whatever you are experiencing, you are not meant to lose yourself in it, but to grow through it. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and move at your own pace. I wish you strength, peace, and deep understanding on your path. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. It really supports the channel and helps more people find this message. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.